Hello, this video will show you how to replace the screen in a Triton 9100 ATM machine. We assume you have already spoken to a Triton support rep from your own ATM processing company. You are now testing to see if the issue is your ATM screen or in fact the ATM motherboard. We assume you are familiar with how to open the top of the ATM and have keys to access the electronic components. We also assume you have the top of the ATM open, the power turned off, and the main power cord unplugged from the power supply. This is a Triton 9100 and it has a bad screen, so we're going to test to see if it's the screen or the motherboard. We have a new screen and we're just going to plug it in before taking the old one out to see which it is. So point to what you plugged in. Okay, so what is that one?
This is the power cable.
Power cable. And then the other one is the screen.
Right.
Okay. Video. Alright, and before you start, we're going to unplug the machine, obviously, and now we're going to test it by plugging it back in and powering it on.
Yeah, it's working. It's the screen.
It looks much better.
It's the screen.
So this is the issue with this is the screen with the blue background, the blue border. The other screen does not have the blue border. Tell me what you're doing.
Well, you want to make sure that the cables are inserted the same way they were taken out, with the tab facing you, the blue tab facing you. Now we're going to take off the printer to get to the screen.
Tell me what you're doing.
We're going to unscrew the printer. This is the release. Remove the paper. And there's 4 screws in the inside here. We're going to want to take those 4 screws off. Cables.
You removed all screws.
All screws.
Now that's the printer.
This is the printer.
Okay, and we remove that cable.
Remove this cable. There's another one right here. You want to make sure when you move the cables you put them back the exact same way they were taken off. There's a little one down here for the printer. This comes from here. The lower right side. I've got these 4 screws.
Which 4?
There's one right here. Here, these harness the display.
Okay, for the display. Okay.
And one grounds.
What about that chute?
That chute's going to stay in place. That's screwed here.
Okay. And how do you keep the door propped up while you're holding it?
You don't want to put too much pressure on the door because it's on a hinge, so maybe try to hold it with one hand and screw with the other.
Or use your gut to hold it.
Now here's the most important part.
Huh?
That's not the one I'm talking about. Now you want to make sure to remove this and install the new one exactly the same way. Now before removing this one, I like to put this right in place.
What'd you just take off?
Just a little piece of protection.
Do you want to make sure the screens are identical? Or do you have to check or not?
It's perfect.
See how this one is? folded it flat, and then they folded it flat the other way.
goes like that. Okay. And we're going to leave the protection on until you're done. Just go the other one.
I won't tell him.
Okay.
None of your phones have 103 minutes, bro. You know that? I just bought one the other day. No 103 minutes on either of them. You're nothing. Yeah. Well, they got me then.
All the customer service.
I called it. I'm not with Air Voice tomorrow. Because Air Voice.
Throw the plugs back in. Start with the printer.
They didn't give me no 103 minutes. Scam.
Make sure the blue cord is facing
next to it. You want to look? Oh, all right. Yeah.
Move the hands out of there. And then just point.
Okay.
Make sure.
Standing there by the door, we've got was sleeping. We've got was sleeping. Can't help but my heart is breaking. Talking to the